Hi everyone, so today we have not a simple model, but it's a long-awaited release from Zoukei-Mura, and as you can see it's the 152H-1, and I think it would be interesting for you because this model had almost no analogs from other manufacturers, maybe from Dragon, but Dragon wasn't that detailed as usual SWS releases. So we've seen this aircraft as a 132 release, 132 scale I mean, and here and now we have this 148 scale, which is more popular scale, and that's why it was so long awaited release. As you can see, it comes in this average sized box. It's even smaller than, for example, weekend editions from Edward or Profi Packs. And even though it's that small, detalization inside would really surprise you, so let's open it. It's like absolutely new, so we'll check it together with you. And I want to show you that box is not that huge. I have opened it because it's a bit hard to open. Here we have small pictures of the assembled model, and here are some as well. I would zoom it in for you. Now focus the camera. Now you see it. So let's open the box. It's approximately the same box as we've seen with Shinden. So that's what we have inside. We will begin, I think it's the most logical order, one by one, each sprue one by one, and then you would see the quality of this kit. I can say straight away that you can build a half-naked version of this airplane, and it's really interesting option for those who don't want to cover all those detailed internals of the aircraft. Even though, frankly speaking, I think there are some simplifications in comparison with 32 scale, and I think you understand why. Okay, so we begin from the wing sprue. I think each wing is divided on halves. So here we have a left half. We focus the camera and now you see it. So here is the top wing half. As you can see, aileron is molded on the top part, and I think, yes, and flaps are molded as separate parts. They're here. What else? We have some modest detalization of the wheel wells. I think they would be given as separate parts. Here is front slat, here is the tail wing, and here is the wheel, and here is the landing gear strut. Look on those all wires which are molded straight away in the plastic, so you wouldn't need any P parts. And here landing gear covers, which are also good in detalization. Really nice. The only thing which I would like to point out is again those thick attachment points, which are really hard to battle. I hope I would publish my Mustang build, which wasn't finished. I mean, I changed the approach in the end and I decided to do a different version, but that's a different story, and I hope you would see it soon. But those attachment points are a bit of pain, you know, in some place. I don't know why it's not corrected yet. So here is another sprue. It contains totally different, not different, totally similar parts to the previous one. As you can see, each sprue is sealed into separate bags, so you don't have to worry about scratches or any issue of this type. Here you see the right wing, so we'll focus the camera and now you see it properly. So I would say there is a modest riveting, but it's very accurate. Recessed panel lines, as you can see, and approximately the same detailization as on the previous sprue. Really nice. Then we have this nice packaging in the foam. So guess which parts are packed there? Yes, those are transparent parts. Okay, so we open it and we check it. I think canopy is given, yes, two separate parts. Just look on this riveting, which is really nice. I mean, based on the light, and it should be even better after painting. So there are only two parts for the canopy, and as you can see, you can position them in whichever position you want. And here we have some other elements, as for example target side. Really nice. Then we have a sprue with fuselage parts. This kit has a very interesting division of the fuselage, because whole fuselage is divided into three parts. As you can see, on side parts, these ones, and also the bottom part. I think it was done in order to replicate division of the real prototype. And here are the engine cowlings, which are also done as a separate parts. And here are gun cowling with molded integrally with engine cowling, so it should be okay. Air intake, as you can see, is divided into two parts, which is really interesting why. And also this hatch on the left side is done as a separate part, you can see it here. And the tail is also done as a separate assembly, with separate rudder. On the inside, cockpit has a replication of the internal structure, as well as the tail, as well as the bottom part and other side of the fuselage. So it should be more or less nice. We move on. Next sprue, and it contains I think some engine parts. And propeller is molded to go together with blades. Two types of the cowling flaps, as you can see, open and closed position. Some guns. Nothing on the other side, even though. Here are also exhausts, which, as you can see, done in a proper fashion. And here are some engine parts. As you can see, engine would be assembled from two halves, and even though there is no piston detailization as we could see on the 32nd scale. Oh, and also look on this nice ripped surface. Really good. It's always with Zoukei-Mura kits, you open it and you just frozen watching all those detalization, all those details on the common plastic kit. I mean, without usage of any PE parts, without usage of any resin parts, it's just only plastic. Here we have a main wing spur. So as you can see, it's molded on the thick attachment points. I don't really like them, being frankly. And what else? Wing bottom part, tanks. I don't know why there is only one. So I suppose it was real aircraft had only one. Cockpit base. Here is the dashboard. As you can see, it has really nicely molded dials, so it can be used as a proper alternative to the P parts, I think. Pilot seat, without any belts, by the way. Control stick, some control elements. What's interesting, because there is no flash on the actual parts, but there is flash on the main spars of the sprue. And on the other side I don't see any interesting elements, except for example those dials on the dashboard molded on the back side. We move on and we have nice bag with assembly manual and decal sheet, and also the paper for ordering parts. Here is the paper. So I think it's not concerned with the European and American market, it's only for the Japanese. Here is the decal sheet, as you can see, and it has, for example, spinner decals, all the numbers you can use, and even here. And what else? No mention where it was printed. I think it was printed by Zoukei-Mura. Just look on the dashboard decals, they're also really nice. So really interesting alternative. PE parts, let's see. And we have a manual, black and white, because it's 48 scale kit, but even though it's black and white, right, it's pretty much understandable. So we have all these nice instructions with painting, colors, everything. And marking guide. I'm interested. I think there is only one marking option. Yep. So that's pretty much all. I guess that's all for this video review, but I recommend as usual to check whole article on our website and to subscribe to our channel. You'll find even more interesting videos on our channel. So thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye.